Okay, so I just want to go through a few more things that I missed out last week. So last week my emphasis was on hiragana, not so much about katakana, right? So and then the homework required a bit of katakana over there lah. So writing of foreign names, we need to use katakana. So as long as you see the name like not very Japanese, not Yamada, not Tanaka, then it's like some Wato, Sumito, Mira. Those will be written in katakana. Right? So katakana will refer to the katakana handwriting sheet that I sent out on the WhatsApp group. And then if you need me to check through your katakana, you can also let me know next week. Right? You can come earlier, I can take a look for you. So katakana. The only difference between katakana and hiragana is how they represent the long sound. Right? So for example, let me just open up the new textbook. Okay. If you can open up the blue color file, the blue textbook, you will find a page that looks like this. Where is it? Yeah. You'll find this page 1-5. Or is it not 1-5? Oh no. Oh no. Let me just.
Okay.
Just slowly switch it up. I couldn't find another. Squeeze it open. Squeeze it open.
I think okay, I don't need to use.
Sorry for the sidetrack. Okay. Yeah, so I was saying we have long sound, right? So the long sound in hiragana, we actually represent it like this, right? For example, oka-san. Oka-san, we actually have this long sound. So it's a double A sound you can see in this Romaji, double A sound. So in katakana, we will represent the long sound by having an additional A sound. So so ka sound, right? So we have actually an additional sound.
It's page 19 for us.
So apologies, yeah, page 19.
I see everyone flipping.
I don't know why they changed the page number, but okay. So, however, this long sound, of course, we have long sound for the I, for the E, for the U, for the O. For the katakana, they also have the long sound. But the difference in writing is, katakana, we use this extra hyphen to represent the long sound. So instead of having this U, I, and additional A character in the hiragana, like how hiragana look like, we actually get it represented by the dash, the hyphen. Okay, so in katakana, we will use the hyphen to represent for long vowel. Then for the contracted consonant, for example, KYU, right? Q. Q for hiragana, we write it like this, right? Q. So for katakana, same thing, we write KY and then U. Right, this is KYU in katakana. So the contracted is exactly the same format as the hiragana for contracted sound only. For long vowels, we will represent the long sound with a dash, a hyphen. So let's see an example below. Instead of writing ka-do, we just put a dash. Right? The second A is just a dash. So ka-do. Okay. Then for example, cheese. Right? We represent it by a dash. So all these are foreign borrowed words. Right? Card is in English, cheese is also in English. So we represent all these words not in Japanese character, not in hiragana character, but in katakana characters. Right? Yeah, so I wanted to save that to mention today because the previous textbook don't have this section. So this textbook got this one lah. So just wanted to use this to share with you. Okay. And then of course we also talked about our grammar last week, right? Remember number 1 is gakusei, watashi wa gakusei desu. Right? If I say watashi wa gakusei desu, the particle here that we learn is wa. Some of your homework, of course, you'll see WA, so it's this one. Yeah, but apologies, it's not this one, it's actually this one. Alright, it's actually the HA. The HA is actually pronounced as wa in this context only, as the particle itself. Alright, this is I believe it's going to be page 20 or 21 for you guys. Some more.
Yeah.
No, some more. Yes. So page 26. Page 26. Right, so the first one is watashi wa gakusei desu. Right. So gakusei desu simply says that I am a student. Right. So wa is, you can think of it as the M in English. I am student. Right? Or I is student, I are student. So in Japanese we don't have plural or singular. We just use wa as the subject particle. So wa tells us what is the subject of the sentence. That means who is the main character in the sentence, right? So in this case, watashi. Watashi is the main character. So watashi wa gakusei desu. Gakusei is just my title, right? So I am a student. Right, if you can go to the next page, right? We have number 2. Watashi wa gakusei de wa arimasen. So this de wa arimasen, instead of des, right? Now the des has evolved into de wa arimasen. De wa arimasen simply means is not. Right? So watashi wa gakusei de wa arimasen. So I is not student. I am not student lah. So this is the negative form. Right? Des is what we call the affirmative form. This is what we call the negative form. Okay, so basically I am not a student. Right? De wa arimasen. I'm just doing a recap of what we have talked about last week in the other textbook. This is going to be the same content. Alright, so we can look at some examples. For example, number 6. Kare wa mushoku ja arimasen. So mushoku means jobless. So the status of him is jobless. So kare is my subject, right? How do I know the subject? Because of the wa. The wa tells me that the person in front of it will be the main character in this sentence, the main topic. So kare wa mushoku So mushoku is his status, his title. So mushoku means jobless. So jobless. But they don't say jobless desu. Jobless dewa arimasen. Right? Ja arimasen. It's the same as dewa arimasen. So basically it's not. Yeah, in case you're wondering. Ja and dewa arimasen. You can look at the line above. Right? This box over here. It literally tells you that ja is the same as dewa arimasen. Both is the same level of politeness. So don't think one of it is less casual or more casual or less casual. Both is the same. Okay, and then we look at number 8. 彼女はシンガポール人ではありません。Alright, シンガポール人. So the country plus the 人 becomes the nationality. Right, the person's nationality. So シンガポール人じゃありません. Very straightforward. So whatever country, we just put the 人, it just becomes the nationality. Right, for China, 中国人. Right, Chinese. Okay, then if it's not, we just put じゃありません or ではありません to say that the person is not. Good, huh? Okay, moving on, number 3, of course, we have learned the question mark. Right, I mentioned to you last week, Japanese don't have question mark. So what we represent question mark is with this particle called ka at the end. Yeah, it is not Thai language. This is Japanese. Alright, so this ka, basically it means a question. It represents a question mark. Alright, so for example, the front part, あなたは学生ですか? So あなた is you, right? So は tells us that the main topic here is あなた, about you. So about you, 学生です. So is student. So you is student. Okay? Then the ka, you is student. Are you a student? Right? So it becomes a question. So in Japanese, whatever sentence that you form, you put a ka at the back, it immediately turns into a question. There's no need to change the structure like English, right? I am student. You are student. Then the question will be, are you student? Right? They change the I and the you position, right? In Japanese, no, we don't change the grammar structure of the sentence. We just put a ka at the back to represent that it is a question, not a fact. Right? So it becomes a question. Okay, and then we learn this so des. Okay, so des just simply means in English, that's right. Right? Then what is that's referring to? That's right. So that refers to whatever was mentioned before. Right? That's whatever was mentioned before. So I lazy to quote whatever was mentioned before. For example, the question say, あなたは日本人ですか? So are you Japanese person? I lazy to say, I am not Japanese. So instead of saying, I will just say, that's right, that's wrong. Right? Faster, right? Easier and shorter reply. So the way to shorten your answer will be, so that's right. Without quoting the entire question again. Okay, next. We have this new question word on the next page. So you can see this どなた bracket 誰 desu ka? Right, last week I told you どなた is a more polite way to ask for who are you. Right? So instead of saying 誰 desu ka, which can be a bit of casual, too casual, if you are using it in a formal event, you sound very offensive. So instead we use どなた desu ka. Even どなた desu ka, there's an even higher level to be more polite lah. So you know, in Japanese, they say customer are God, right? So God is sama. So you can say どなた様ですか? That means like 你是何方神. Right? So that is to refer to your other party lah, if you really want to be very, very respectful. Right? Like which God are you? Right? Okay, so どなた is good enough, but don't need to go for どなた様. Right? どなた is fine enough. Okay, so just for you to remember who is どなた. Alright, we'll try to use どなた instead of 誰. Although 誰 is fine, but we try to be polite. Yeah? Then we also learn this 私も学生です. Right? This も particle, right, simply means also. Right? So when I say 私も学生です, I also student です. I also student. Right? So it's just to tell people that, I'm also in the same circumstances, same situation as you. So 私も学生です. Alright, so and I also told you last week that も has the highest priority in terms of the replacement of particles. Right, so we are going to learn a lot more particles from now on. But whenever you want to say like, oh, I also live there, I also go there, right? If you want to use the also particle, the mode particle, it will take over a lot of the other particles. So in this case, it already took over the wa particle, right? It has higher priority. And then move on to number 5. Right, so I told you this no particle, right? We also learned this no particle. So for example, A no B. Right, for example, A no B simply means B belonging to A, B relating to A. Right, for example, in Chinese we say A the B, which means B is related to A. Right, so in English it will be something like B of A. Right, for example, in this case, the example here, Singapore no tan desu. So simply means tan of Singapore, or Singapore's tan. Right? So it's not Singapore belong to tan, tan belongs to Singapore. The other way around, right? The one behind belongs to the one in front. So B related to A. Right? So not necessarily that this sentence also means that tan from Singapore. It just simply means that tan has a relation to Singapore. It's like 新加坡的tan, the 城 okay? 新加坡的城, 姓陈的. 新加坡的城. You don't know that whether this person is born in Singapore or this person came from Singapore because he worked there and then he's representing Singapore. We don't know. It is just that this person has a connection to Singapore, but what connection we are not very sure. One of the connection can be that this person is from Singapore. Right? Living in Singapore, born in Singapore, somewhat there's a relationship lah. Okay. Okay, and I also talked about the name of Japanese last week. Did I talk about name? I did, right? So in Japanese, we will write it surname first, then the first name. Right? That is as accordingly to our Chinese name as well. 我们的姓先来, right? Our surname will be at the front. But when it's in English, when we talk to Americans, right, the name will be the other way around. So it will become Taro Tanaka. Right? This Tanaka is the last name, it's the family name. So when you talk to American people or talk to European people, your surname will come later. Your first name will come first. Right? So for example, my name is Ben Kwek. So my surname is Kwek. So I put it in front, Kwek, Ben. Right? When I introduce myself to American people, I will say I'm Ben, Kwek Ben. Right? Instead of Ben Kwek. So it's like opposite lah. To introduce yourself to American people. Right? So your first name will come first. So Ben will come first. Then your family name. That is to outsider. Okay, so when Japanese people introduce themselves to you, they may introduce themselves as first name first, then the last name. But to write it in Japanese, it will be the other way around. The surname first, and then the first name. Okay, so these are for you to FYI. Okay. Yes, I want to talk about the conversation. So maybe before we continue with the homework, explain the homework, let me just go through this lesson 1. Lesson 1 first. Can we just go through the vocabulary list? Where is it? Vocabulary. Yes.
You will be Ben's son, right? Not Quek's son, right?
It depends on the person.
Okay.
So I want to introduce myself as Quek's son. But
So
however,
But when you and your dad are over there?
yeah, so that's the thing. So they will be like Toshiue no Quek's son, like the elder Quek and the younger Quek.
Okay.
Yeah. So somewhat like American lah. So that is how they differentiate. That's how you can respect
Okay.
the surname also.
Okay.
But however, we are foreigners lah. So to Japanese people, we will try to introduce ourselves using our first name instead of last name.
Okay.
Right? We are foreigner people.
So it's the last
So-
name thing is more Japanese.
Correct. Then they will be like, oh, please call my first name. But usually in Japan, calling of first name is a very taboo thing, especially in the work professionalism atmosphere. It's a taboo. You only use the first name of the person only when you are higher than the person in terms of rank, or you personally know the person, very close to the person. So for example, you have a Japanese friend, or maybe you meet a Japanese friends online. Right? Of course, we are foreigners. They will just say to us, "Oh, please call me by my first name." But for example, I'm a Japanese. I meet a Japanese person. I will maintain that last name, calling all the way until a certain point. One of you all like, "Hey, just call me by my first name lah." Yeah. Then it will become like that lah. So that's why the transition into calling first name, right, is a very big thing in terms of, it's a huge like improvement in relationship. Like, oh, you treat me like a close friend now.
So let's say if you work in a Japanese company, is it just very normal if you have like 10 Tanaka-sans?
It is normal. It is normal. But you need to know which one is the Tanaka-san. Right? I mean, one-on-one, you can call Tanaka-san. If you're in a meeting, then you have multiple Tanaka-san. Then you can be like, Eigyo is sales. So Tanaka of sales. Tanaka of marketing. Right? Yeah, that's how you can address them one by one.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, so we try not to throw away their last name. Yeah, because if you get too close to them, then they might feel like repulsive. Like, wow, who gave you permission to call my first name? Because the first name to them is a name given by their parents. They treat it very dearly. Yeah, so first name is kind of a precious name in Japanese. Only when you're close enough, you have evolved to a stage where they are comfortable with you calling their first name, then yeah lah. But we are foreign people. They don't care. They will just introduce to you as their first name. Right? It's like, oh, don't you call me Tanaka, just call me like Taro. Just call me Taro, it's fine. Then you'll be like, Taro-san. What's that? This is not schedule, right?
Schedule.
What is schedule? Okay. Yeah, so please look at the vocabulary list. Where's my vocabulary list? I didn't know there was an alarm today. Oh, today is the first. Okay. Makes sense. How come I don't have the... Oh, yeah. The lesson 1 vocabulary list, I don't have it. But you guys have it. So let's look at the vocabulary list.
24.
Yes, 24. Yeah. So we all have the vocabulary list on page 24. I just want to go through this so that you all cannot say I never go through before. Okay, so let's just repeat after me. It's just things that we have mentioned last week also. Watashi. Anata. Kare. Kanojo. Watashi. So you see this tachi, right? It just means like extra people. So usually we will use it with, like, for example, students, right? If you want to say students, we will say gakusei tachi. Right? It just means more than one. So in Malay also we have kawan, and kawan is like two or more friends. Right? So something like that. Okay, watashi tachi. Right? However, we don't say anata tachi. Although we do say anata tachi, but the proper way to say it is anata gata. Right? The next one anata gata. There are people who still say anata tachi. It's fine also. It's also used. Just that the correct one should be anata gata, but anata tachi is the valid thing.
So it's like plural.
Yes, like more than one person. So like students, gakusei tachi. Then teachers, sensei tachi. Right? So tachi is just plural lah.
Did I see it here?
Page 24.
Yeah, I mean the previous one.
Oh, don't have, is it? Oh, yeah, because I prefer this textbook lah. We'll go through this textbook. Okay, and then we have the next one, kare tachi. Sensei. Gakusei. If you realize I didn't pronounce the U, I didn't say gakusei. Right, U is silent. Okay, next one, kaishain. Mushoku. Shufu. Jiegyo. Maid. Shacho. Dokshin. By the way, shacho can mean a lot of things. As long as the person is the boss of the company, can be president, can be chairman, can be CEO. All these we refer to them as shacho. Doesn't really matter if it's chairman, president, or what. We will just refer to them as shacho, which means the company head. Because literally, if you see the Chinese character, right, it's like 社长. 社 is the company, it means company. It means like 公司. So it's like 司长, something like that. Basically, the highest person in that company. We will call him shacho. Okay, moving on, we have Nihon. We still use Nippon, but Nippon is more of the war era way of calling. But we still use Nippon sometimes. Alright, so Nihon, Nippon is the same thing. Singapore. Singapore. Right, so if you realize there is a long sound, right? After PO there's a long U sound. Singapore, right? It's double O sound. So O. So this is represented in katakana by the hyphen. You can see the hyphen Singapore with the hyphen. Right? So that's a long sound. Next one we have Malaysia. Malaysia. I also drag out the re sound, right? Double E. Re. Right? So Malaysia. So next 中国. Right? China. 韓国. Korea. And we have height. Iye. So. Dare. Donata. Then you might want to bracket polite beside donata. Yeah, it's a better one. Wa. Ka. And on the next page we have mo. Jin. San. Des. Right, I never pronounce, I say desu. Right, just des. Silent U. If you choose to say desu, people might think you're very cute lah. Usually girl do to boy lah. Or you do something wrong then you want to act cute to the boss. Also can.
I'm assuming the P means particle.
Yeah, P means particle, correct. Then the S just means salutation. Right, N is noun. QW is question word. Okay, next is ではありません。じゃありません。Alright, so では and じゃ is exactly the same thing. Okay, let's talk about the conversations. Thank you. So conversation on the, I believe it's page 30, close to page 30 I think. Yeah, page 30. Okay. So this is self-introduction. Usually it's a good example of how you can introduce yourself in Japanese. So I will go first, then we'll have two volunteers to try to read out. So 1. Konnichiwa. No, don't need to repeat after me. I go first. You listen to how my pronunciation is like. Alright, because some of you, the intonation will be off. Your pronunciation will be off. So you just catch how to pronounce lah. So you can do a mental reading in your mind first. Then you prep yourself like, is this supposed to sound like that? Then you hear me pronounce and then you be like, oh, so it's wrong. Okay. Then you correct your way you're pronouncing. Okay, so basically, konnichiwa. We talked about double N, right? Konnichiwa. So we have to pronounce the N separately. Konnichiwa. Hajimemashite. Right? Hajimemashite simply means, hajime means first time. Mashite is just a salutation like this, like that. So hajimemashite is just to say hello for the very first time. Right? In Chinese we say like 初次见你. Right? Like nice to meet you for the first time. Right? Next line. 私は田中と申します. So this と申します is really, you won't learn this for the next 2 to 3 years. This is a higher level Japanese. It is the most default way to introduce yourself and the most polite way. Okay, if you can't remember this, just change this to です. 私は田中です. Right? If you cannot remember this と申します, just change it to です. Because 申します is like I'm the creature that's named Tanaka. Yeah, the nuances is like that. The nuance is like that. So 申します is like I am the thing that is called Tanaka. Right? The nuances is as such. So yeah, Japanese is not very straightforward. Sometimes they are a bit too 隆重, you see. Right. So if you can't remember と申します, this is fine. Alright? 私は田中です. Okay. Next line. どうぞよろしくお願いします. Right? So this どうぞ is just 请. Right? Please. Right? よろしく means please be nice. It's like telling people, like, please be nice to me. Okay? Like your kindness. So it's talking about your kindness. お願いします. So お願いします basically is also another please. So it's like two please in one sentence. Right? どうぞ is like 請. Right? お願いします is like please. So please treat me well. Right? So basically you're just asking for their kindness, for their generosity, like 请见谅, something like that lah. Right? So please forgive me for any mistake that I will make, or please take care of me. Right? Basically in Chinese we say 多多指教 lah, something like that. Okay? 多多指教. Yeah. I mean we Singaporean Chinese we don't really say 多多指教 lah. Right? You go to office, then first day you tell the person, 多多指教，初次见你，我赐我的光荣，多多指教。Very weird, right? So in Japanese we have to say such thing. Unfortunately, it's a thing in Japanese. We don't say it in Singapore. The person will just be like, 哇，你是从哪里带来的？ But Japanese, we are still practicing this kind of formalities. Okay? So you realize that when the person introduced himself, he said, 私は田中です。Then he never put the son for his own name. Can you imagine you introduce, I am Ben, Mr. Ben? Then people will be like, why you have to put the Mr. in front of your name? Right? So we don't say son when you introduce our name. We just say, 私は Ben です。Don't need to say, 私は Ben さんです。So Ben さん is for other people to call you, not for you to call yourself. Okay? So next one, L replies, 私はリンと申します。Right? Same thing, this と申します if you can remember good, if you cannot remember then use です。Okay? 私はリンです。こちらこそ、right? こそ means like also lah, something like also. So こちらこそ, so こちら means, you will learn in lesson 2, but こちら simply means this side. This side means your side, right? Like 这一方, like 我这一边啊. So 我这一边也是. Okay, どうぞよろしくお願いします. So like on my side also, please take care of me. Okay, 我这一方也是多多指教. Right, something like that. So it's to tell people to take care of your side also. Okay, こちらこそ. So when I ask you, like when I say thank you to you, right? For example, you help me do something, I help you do something. I say thank you to you first. Then you don't really reply with another ありがとうございます. But before that, if you add this line こちらこそ, you also mean that, oh, this side also thank you. Right? I also thank you. So こちらこそ just simply means like, oh, me also, my side also. Right? For whatever favor that they have done for you and they say thank you for you, and then you also want to thank them back, you just say こちらこそありがとうございます. Or if you want to skip the ありがとうございます also okay. こちらこそです. Right? こちらこそ is fine also. Okay? It just means like me too. Next, Tanaka replies, 失礼ですが. So 失礼 simply means, anybody remember? 失礼 means rude. Okay? So 失礼 means rude. So rude ですが, right? So you are aware, you are cognizant that it's going to be something that you are going to say is rude. So you first you tell the person, you want the other party first, this is going to be rude. リンさんは学生ですか? So リンさんは学生です simply means Lim is student, right? Then か becomes a question, right? So are you a student, Lim san? So why does he need to apologize whether the person is a student? Because you are asking for you are the one making a favor, asking for a favor for them to share their particular with you. So that's why it's a little bit rude. Because you are the one making the request, like to share the other person's identity. Right? So that's why he apologized and said sorry to be rude. Right? It's like how we ask for a lady's age lah. Sorry to be rude, but how are you? Right? Something like that. So you can think of it as this way lah. Okay? And then L replies, はい、そうです. Right? So refers to everything that was asked previously, right? So the question was, リンさんは学生ですか? So is just referring back to that question. Right? So that's right. That is right. 学生です. 田中さんは? So you realize she never finished the sentence. She just say like 田中さんは? Because you don't have to finish the sentence. The other party will understand that you are asking the same question. Right? So instead of asking back the same question, you just cut short and say 你呢? Right? So 田中呢? Right? So you lazy to mention the whole question, you just cut short. Then T replies, 私は会社員です. 私は会社員です. So I am company employee. I am a corporate slave. Yeah? Another word for company employee, corporate slave. Okay, yeah, so this is the entire passage. Any questions from anyone? If you need the translation, it's below lah. Right, the good afternoon, how do you do? But this translation might not capture the nuances that I mentioned just now. It might be too overly translated, like direct. No, it's not direct translation. It's like maybe a more adapted to English kind of translation. So there might be some nuances which is missing lah. But it's still a good way to understand about roughly what they are talking about. Okay, no questions. Then maybe I have two students to try to read out the passage. I mean, I have given you the intonation and the pronunciation. Okay, who will be our first two? Wait, last week the I already asked for 2 persons last week, right? 3 person last week. Who was the 3? I forgot already. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Oh, no, no.
1, 2, 3. Okay, then we have another 2. Maybe you and you. Okay. So I'm still trying to get used to your names. Jin Hao and Lisa, right? Okay. Okay, Jin Hao can be T.
So just read that to you.
Yeah.
Konnichiwa.
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 Yeah.
Hajimemashite. Watashi wa Tanaka to moshimasu.
To.
To moshimasu.
Yeah.
Dozo yoroshiku onegai shimasu.
Dozo.
Dozo.
Yeah, you need to go down. Dozo.
Dozo.
Okay. Good. Next one.
私は家にと申します。
Mm-hmm.
こちらこそどうぞよろしくお願いします。
Very good. Yeah, T.
失礼ですか
Mm-hmm.
リンさんは学生ですか
Okay, good.
はい、そうです。学生です。田中さんは
私は会社員です。
Okay, very good. Okay, just repeat after me for a few words. Konnichiwa.
こんにちは。
Konnichiwa.
こんにちは。
どうぞ。
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 よろしく。
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 こちらこそ。
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 失礼。
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 Yeah, that will be all lah. Then for the gakusei, just now I heard the gakusei. Right, Lisa, you mentioned gakusei accidentally. So gakusei, silent U. Okay, thank you very much. So this is lesson 1 lah. So we complete lesson 1 already. I'll talk about the homework now. Then we'll proceed to lesson 2. Right, so let's talk about the homework. I believe the homework is Renshu B over here.
Will we still be using this for the homework?
Sorry, no.
Okay.
I hate this one a lot. We'll use the other one.
So after today, I can leave it.
Yeah, you can leave it at home. You can give it back to me also can. Okay, Renshu B. So the example here we have number 1. They means example, like 例子. Okay, in Chinese we say 例子. So they. ミラさんはアメリカ人です。So how do we know, right? Over here it says in the picture, right? America. So America. And then his name is Mira. Right? Some of you all wrote Mirara. Sorry, the one with the hyphen on top simply means Mira with an extra A. So Mira. It simply means a long A sound. Right? Not Mirara. So Mira, why is it Mira? Because his name is Miller. Miller. Right? Miller is a long sound, so this one Mira. Right? If it's just Mira, it's a Mira. It's like some Muslim name already. Okay, so when we want to put it together, Mira-san wa America jin desu. Right? Then should be, you have, right? Okay. Then we have number 1. So for my class, usually homework I'll go 1 round. Nobody can siam. So I'll go 1 round. So starting from here, 智慧 is it? 智慧. Okay, 智慧.
Number 1.
Yes.
山田さんは日本人です。
Very good. Yamada-san wa Nihonjin desu. I won't write, I believe you all know. Okay. Number 2. Yes. 智慧.
ワトさんはイギリス人です。
Thank you. Wato-san wa Igirisu jin desu. So, as you can see, Wato is not like Igirisu, right? He's not local Japanese person. So, his name we actually have to write it in katakana. So, Wato. Right, we have to write it in katakana. Yamada, we can still write it in hiragana because she is Japanese. I mean, for non-Japanese, we will write our name in katakana. Anybody went back home and tried to search their name in Japanese? Want me to vet for you? No, nobody. Okay, maybe not urgent to know yet lah. But if you need help, then I can help you. Number 3, yes. Gentleman at the back, Yao Sang.
タワポンさんはタイ人です。
Very good. Kawapon-san wa Taijin desu. Right? We don't say Thailand, Thai, just T-I. Right? Some people will be like Thailand. Sorry, there's no lando at the back. It's just Thai. Right? For example, for India, we say Indo. Indonesia, we say Indonesia. So please don't confuse India and Indonesia also. Indo, Indonesia. Right? Not India. Like Japanese, India is not India in Japanese. It's Indo. Right? So contrary to popular belief. Okay, number 4, Shumito. Yes, you pronounce ドイツ very German. Shumito さんはドイツ人です。Right? ドイツ人です。Yeah, so ドイツ has a, instead of saying like Germany or something, right? They use the word ドイツ. Right? So I mean we all know they used to be allies. Yeah, so they have a special name for Germany lah. Okay. Number 2, we mentioned their title, their work title. So in this case, you see number 1, Mira is a company employee, right? So he's a corporate slave. So Mira-san wa kaishain desu. So yes, let's continue. Yamada? Yes, Lisa?
山田さんは銀行員です。
Yes, ginkoin desu. Very good. Ginkoin desu. Number 2, Wato-san. Yes.
ワットさんは先生です。
Wato-san wa sensei desu. Okay, good. Next, Tawapon.
タワポンさんは学生です。
Very good. Tawapon-san wa gakusei desu. And the last one, Shumito.
シュミトさんは会社員です。
Thank you. Kaishain desu. Right, then we move on to number 3. Number 3, they want us to say that they are not a certain title. So in this case, we see Mira-san, he's a kaishain. He's not a ginkoin. Right, ginkoin is not him, so we say he is not. So Mira-san wa ginkoin ja arimasen. So he is not ginkoin. Right, so number 1, Yamada-san gakusei.
山田さんは学生じゃありません。
Thank you. Yamada-san wa gakusei ja arimasen. Number 2, Wato-san, ドイツ人. Yes, Hjls-san. Yeah. Yeah, Wato-san.
ワトさんはドイツ人じゃありません。
Thank you. ドイツ人じゃありません. Thank you. Number 3, Tawapon-san, sensei.
タワポンさんは先生じゃありません。
Very good. ありません. Right, not ありません. Yeah. No R sound, L sound. ありません. Very obvious one. When you say R sound, ありません. It's like sound American already. Americans. Right. ありません. Right?
It's a
L.
American.
Yeah, something like that. American.
Okay.
Oh, not American. The R sound is very obvious. Okay, next. Number 3, Tawapon. Tawapon haven't finished, right? Is it Tawapon now?
I just did that.
Oh, that's okay. Shumito, yes. Lisa.
シュミットさんはアメリカン人ありません。ありません。
ではありません.
Oh,
Right, you're missing the it's
で
okay.
はありません。
Okay, シュミトさんはアメリカ人ではアメリカ人じゃありません。ではありません. Also can. Okay. Yeah, so just don't overemphasize the R sound. If not, you become some Australian or American in the Japan. Okay, next, number 4, Mira-san versus Mira-san, アメリカ人, right? So we ask a question. Mira-san はアメリカ人ですか? Right? Just ask a question. Just put a card, becomes question. Then, はい、アメリカ人です. Right? So I'll ask you a question. You just let me know whether it's correct or wrong. So for example, the next one also, the next example. Mira-さんは医者ですか? いいえ、医者じゃありません. By the way, what's 医者? Doctor. Thank you. So not doctor, right? So いいえ、医者じゃありません. Okay, next we have Yamada, right? Yamada さんは銀行員ですか?
はい、銀行員です。
はい、銀行員です. Okay, very good. Number 2, Wato さんは会社員ですか?
So I didn't know.
So
Is
you look at the picture again.
いいえ、先生じゃ会社員じゃありません。
Thank you. 会社員じゃありません. Right, ありません. Next, タワポンさんは先生ですか?
いいえ、タワポンさんは
タワポンさんは先生? Is it?
いいえ、タワポンさん は先生じゃありません。
Thank you. 先生じゃありません。Right? 先生じゃありません。4. シュミトさんはドイツ人ですか？
はい、ドイツ人。
はい、ドイツ人です。Thank you. Right, straightforward. Okay, we have Renshu. Oh, still have next page, sorry. Mine is a 2-page in one version. Okay, next we have a new set of pictures and names. So, for example, the first person, right, example is Gupta-san. Gupta is an Indian. Okay, so, あの方は, the question will be, あの方はどなたですか? So, あの方 simply means that person. We will learn あの today. So, we'll just tahan a bit more. So, あの方はどなたですか? So, who is that person? Gupta-san です. IMC の社員です. So, 社員 belonging to IMC. Right? Remember B of A. So, employee of IMC. So, in this case, we are introducing Gupta-san. Right? So, number 1. Yes, 要想啊. あの方, yeah. So, talking about E-san. So, あの方はどなたですか?
イさんです。
Mhm.
AKC の研究者です。
Thank you. 研究者です。
研究者。
Right? Thank you. 研究 long use of, yeah. 研究者 is correct. Yeah. 研究者です. Right? Please don't be confused and say 救急車. 救急車 is, you know what is 救急車? 急救車. So ambulance lah. So 救急車 is ambulance. So 研究者 and 救急車 is two different things. I got students make the mistake before. Same as the 病院 the 病院 and the 病院. Remember, 病院 is salon. 病院. Last week we talked about this, right? 病院 is salon. 病院 is hospital. So please don't say the wrong thing and go to the wrong place. Okay, number 2, ワンさん. あの方はどなたですか?
ワンさんです。神戸病院の医者。
Okay, ワンさんです。神戸病院の医者です. Okay, did we skip?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's okay.
Okay, next one. Karina. It's okay. Okay, next. Karina さん。どなたですか? あの方はどなたですか?
カリナさんです。富士大学。
富士大学
生です。
大学の
大学。Oh, there's a no?
You need to give the affiliation.
Okay, there's a no.
Yeah.
大学のです。
大学の学生です.
Wait.
So 学生 related to 富士大学. So student of 富士大学. Yes.
This one is it the HU? Is it?
H.
HU.
HU
Like Fuji.
is
Yeah, so 富士 大学. There's no F sound in Japanese. It's more of a H. If you read the hiragana chart, right, the H, ha, he, then there's a fu.
Oh yeah.
Right, that's why this is the one that is odd one out. So it's not really a fu, but a fu. So Fuji-san. I don't know why they introduce F sound now. They just introduce it as H. HU sound. I don't know who come up with the FU sound. Yeah.
They pronounce fushigi as fushigi no?
Fushigi. But not so much F sound. It's like in the middle.
Oh.
So for the F sound, it's in the middle, in between English F sound and the H sound. So fushigi. You don't hear me say fushigi. It's fushigi. It's a light F sound, very light F sound. Then instead of like Fuji, right? It's a bit of F sound, but still got the H sound.
That one is quite obvious, but I always thought fushigi was.
Same. So fushigi, yeah. Okay. Just now she also said 大学生. 大学生 is university student. Yes, right? So if you want to you want to shorten your answer, right? You can also say カリナさんです。富士大学生です. Right? 富士大学生. So basically means is university student at Fuji. Right? But that's even shorter lah. But we try to give the full name for now. Right? 富士大学の学生です. We try to give the longer answer for now. Okay, then number 4, サントスさん.
サントスさんはブラジルエアの社員です。
Okay, fine. サントスさんはブラジルエアの社員です. She combined the first sentence and second sentence together lah. Yeah.
Oh,
So-
sorry, あの方。
Never mind, it's okay. サントスさんはブラジルエアの社員です. Right? So she just, instead of two separate sentences, she combined the sentence by using the particle wa. Alright, which is okay also. Can Number 6, next section. Right, we have Mira-san dot Kaisha-in. Then we're asking about whether Gupta-san is also Kaisha-in. Right, so our response, you can see the question will be Mira-san wa Kaisha-in desu. Gupta-san mo Kaisha-in desu ka? Right, so if Mira-san is Kaisha-in, then Gupta-san also Kaisha-in. Right, then you say Hai, Gupta-san mo Kaisha-in desu. So basically you are trying to say that, oh, Mira-san is company employee. Gupta-san also company employee. Right, so you're asking a question about Gupta-san. Then your reply is Hai, Gupta-san mo Kaisha-in desu. So Gupta-san also company employee desu. Okay, so let's go on to the question and answer. Yamada-san, Ginko-in E-san.
Yamada-san wa Ginko-in desu.
Ka.
Desu ka?
Oh, sorry, desu. Yeah, sorry. The next one is the ka. Sorry. Gupta-san. They asked the second question. E-san wa
E-san wa
Ginko-in desu ka? Yeah, then you answer the question.
Ie-san wa Ginko-in de wa arimasen.
Okay, very good. Okay, from now onwards I'll ask the question instead, sorry. Okay, next one. Wato-san wa sensei desu. Wan-san mo sensei desu ka?
いえ、ワンさんは先生じゃありません。
Okay, very good. Next one. Tawapon-san wa gakusei desu. Karina-san mo gakusei desu ka?
はい、カリナさんも学生です。
Okay, very good. Right, she also gakusei desu. Is it she also gakusei desu? Oh yeah, okay. Tawapon says, oh, there's no Tawapon in the picture. Okay. Oh, it's the one below. Okay. Okay, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Okay, next. Sumito-san wa doitsujin desu. Santo-san mo desu ka? Mo doitsujin desu ka? Yes, Yo-san.
いえ、サントシさんはドイツ人じゃありません。
Thank you, right? ドイツ人じゃありません. Or you can reply ブラジル人です. Right? Like, you can reply either one. You can say he is not German, or you can say that he is Brazilian. So you choose one lah to reply. It's either you say that he is not this or he is this. So your reply can be either one. Okay, very good, very good. Next is the age one. The age one I told you guys don't do, right? Okay. Did you guys have the Mondai page? Did I ask you guys to do the Mondai? Is it? No. Okay, that's good. Because I saw in my chat, I sent to you last week, there's the please do the Renshu B and Mondai. What was the Mondai? What's the Mondai page? You don't have, right? The Mondai page. It's okay lah, it's okay. I don't know what I'm talking about already. Which Mondai I'm talking about. Then never mind. This is it lah. Okay, can. So this will be it for this textbook. Sayonara to the textbook. I don't really like the textbook.
I thought Milano Nihongo is like everybody's go-to.
It depends on how the teacher teaches also lah. But I find it too advanced, like, cause they actually use concepts from like advanced lessons at the start. So if I need to explain to you, it's like I might as well go to the chapter and explain further and come back. So I don't really like the kind of So I prefer this textbook that this center has been using for quite a long time. Yeah. Okay. We'll talk about lesson 2 before we talk about numbers at the end of the day. Okay, lesson 2. Vocabulary list. I'm not sure which page, but 31. Thank you. Okay, just repeat after me. 31. Okay, next first one. これ これ それ それ あれ あれ We'll talk about what are all this in a while, but for now the translation is just beside it. Okay, next このこのそのそのあのあの鉛筆鉛筆万年筆万年筆 Nobody uses 万年筆 anymore. Anybody still use fountain pen? Not me, I use ballpoint pen. Right, sharpen.
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 Right, mechanical pencil. Monosashi.
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 Ruler. Keshigomu.
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 Right, you can see on the rightmost side, the third column, right, you can see keshigomu. Keshi is in hiragana, right? Keshi is in hiragana, and then gomu is in katakana, right? Why got this combination here? Okay, so gomu, I mean, I don't know how many of you watch One Piece lah, but yeah, gomu means rubber, right? So gomu is rubber, it's like gum. Okay, basically it came from the word gum. So gum is foreign borrowed word, so that's why it is in katakana. Then keshi is a Japanese word, right? It means erase, right? It comes from a verb called keshimasu. It's a verb. We will learn verb in lesson 6 or 5 lah. But for now, just take it that keshi is a Japanese word, gomu is a foreign borrowed word. So that's why to write keshi gomu, it will be half hiragana, half katakana. So if you are wondering when I write hiragana, when I write katakana, there are exceptions like this lah, because it's half. The origin of the word is like half. Right? However, currently nobody in Japan say Ide-iza. Sorry. Although we have some anime, they say like for example some hero's name Ide-iza Heto, for example. Right? But nobody in Japan will use the word Ide-iza. I never heard of someone tell me Ide-iza before. Right? They will still use keshigomu.
Not sharpen mechanical. Shorten mechanical pencil.
Sharpen. Yeah. Okay, so you can see lah from the right hand most, right, you can see which one is in katakana, which one is in hiragana. So you will roughly know the origin of the word. And then we have hasami. Hasami. Scissors. Then we have kata. Kata. I know it's very hard to pronounce, right? Because double T, double A. So double T is because of the double consonant thing. The first T will go with the first word ka. So ka, cut. Ka, cut. Okay, cut. Then the second one is ta. Ta but with extra A. So ta. Right? So kata. Right? So this is how we pronounce this kata. Right? Pen knife. I never heard of anybody say pen knife. Don't worry. It's kata. Nobody has used pen knife on me. Unless it's a Singaporean trying to learn Japanese. Pen knife. Oh, there's no such thing though. Then next one. Hochikis. Hochikis. So actually this T is supposed to be one more C lah. If you can see the writing here. Right? This is small Z, so it replicates the second sound. Right? So Hochikis. So instead of C is very hard to pronounce, right? How do you pronounce H-O-C? Hok. So instead of hok, it's just hot. Right? H-O-T. So Hochikis. Then you see the translation, stapler. Then you look at the katakana. What is this foreign borrowed word? I don't know whether we are still we were born back then, but there used to be a US company called Hotchkiss. But I don't know whether anybody know. There's this company called Hotchkiss in US. They are a major supplier of stapler. So Japanese thought that company name equals a stapler in English, so they just took it and just put as stapler in Japanese lah. Right, so it's a miscommunication. They thought the company name is the word for stapler in English, but sorry, it's just a company's name. But anyways, history has remained. So they say Hochikis to mention for stapler. I do hear Japanese people say stapler. Right, that is valid. Right? So how to spell this is tei pu ra. So stapler. So tei pu ra. Right, stapler. So you want to use Hochikis or you want to use stapler? Up to you. For me, I still use Hochikis. Sounds much cooler. Yeah, because if you just literally translate English to Japanese, sounds very boring. Stapler kudasai. Can see? Yeah. Okay, next line we have serotape. Serotape. Right, there's no I after the se, so it's not S-E-I. It's not seiro, it's sero. Okay, sero. not seiro. So please don't give an extra I out of nowhere. Please be careful. So why is it called serotape? There's a tape in English called sellotape, right? Sellotape. C-E-L-L-O tape. Yeah. So this is where the name came from lah. Sellotape. I mean in Singapore we just call it Scotch tape. Yeah, we just call it Scotch tape in Singapore. Okay, but other country they call it sellotape. Okay, next. Noto. Jisho. Hon. Zashi. Kyokasho. Right, textbook. Sometimes in Japanese we use the word texto. Tekisto. So texto. So it just means textbook lah, but in a literal translation from textbook. Texto. So some Japanese teacher they may use the word texto, or they might use the word kyokasho. For me, I will use the word kyokasho because it sounds better. I will avoid direct translation for English if I can. Alright. Okay, next one we have kaba. Right? Toke. Megane. Kasa. Keitai denwa. Right? Or nowadays people just call it sumaho. So sumaho simply means smartphone. Now the modern Japanese people they just sumaho. Yeah. So we have keitai denwa. Keitai means portable, handheld. It means handheld. So in English we say handheld phone. So keitai means handheld, denwa means phone. So handheld phone. Handheld phone short form means handphone. But nowadays people handphone is the one with the buttons. Nowadays people don't use handphone anymore. People use smartphone. Right? So the modern Japanese people will be smaho. Or you can just say denwa. People know denwa is like phone. Okay? Next, kagi. Right, key. Tobacco. Cigarette. Right? I mean, it came from the word tobacco lah. Right? Tobacco, cigarette, same thing. Next, hako. Okay, before we go on to the next page, right? So I just want to introduce this word also. It's called haizara. So haizara simply means ashtray. Okay, so the word hai means ash. Zara is not the shopping brand, it's not a clothes brand. It came from the word sara. So sara means plate or tray. So when we combine two words hai and sara together, the S sound have to change to Z sound. I don't know why, but maybe to make it sound cooler. So it's not hai sara, but hai zara. Right? So it means ashtray. I don't know how many of us smoke lah. I don't think we ever use it lah, but good knowledge. Yeah, Japanese hotel always, most of it is smoking room lah. Most of the Japanese hotels are smoking room. So you will see the haizara over there. Okay, next page. Camera. Isu. Tsukue. Mado. Door. Rekishi. I don't pronounce the I sound. Rekishi. R-E-K without the I sound. Rekishi. In the previous textbook they tell you, right, either you or I can be silent. So this is where the I is silent. Rekishi. Right, without the rekishi. I don't say rekishi, I say rekishi. Right, the K go with the front sound. So rek. So rekishi. Which means history. Okay, so I is silent. Okay, next one. Hito. Right, so person. And then we have gakko. Neko.
猫
neko
猫
ongaku
音楽
ongaku
音楽
eigo
英語
eigo
英語
marego
マレー語
marego
マレー語
France
フランス
France
フランス
Swiss
スイス
Swiss
スイス
nan
ナ
nan
ナ
no
ノ
no
ノ
go
ゴ
go.
ゴ
Right, so the country, we learn more country this time. Same thing, we put the jin behind means the country nationality, right? So instead of putting a jin behind, now we put the word go. We put this word go behind. It becomes a language. For example, Nihon, go. Right? Of course, some countries don't have language lah, like Singapore to go. Singlish no right? So Singlish, we don't call it Singapore to go. We call it Singlish. Singlish. Right? We don't call it Singapore to go because there's no Singapore language. Right? So same for German, 多一只 go. Right? For France, France go. For Swiss, for Switzerland, in Japanese they call it Swiss. So Swiss go. Right? Is there a Swiss go? Don't have, right? Switzerland don't speak any. Swiss is not a language, right? Is Swiss a language? No, right? Yeah, so there's no Swiss go. Right? Then the only exception is like A go. There's no country called A. So it's just there lah. English is A go, but there's no country called A. Right? There's no country called A. Right? So next. Any question about the vocabulary list? Okay, then now we'll take a 5 minutes break before we go on with lesson 2. Right? Okay, take a 5 minutes break, go to
the difference between sono and
yeah, we will learn it over here in the grammar page. Yeah.
So
that's
Chinese is
中国語 yes. I always tell the Japanese people there is a difference between 中国人 and 中華系人. 中華 means Chinese. 中華 means Chinese, right? That means like your race is Chinese, right? 中国人 is your nationality is Chinese. So there's a difference between nationality Chinese and the race Chinese, right? So for race Chinese we say 中華系, which 中華系. So 中華 means 華僑 lah. So it means 華僑. So K is the 種類 lah. So 華僑類, like 華僑族 that kind. So basically it's like overseas Chinese, you see. Yeah, so 中華. So often you will see 中華料理. 料理 means cooking. So 中華料理 means Chinese cooking. So 中華料理 is different from 中国料理. Chinese food and China food is two different things. I always tell the Japanese people, please don't mix Chinese food and China food as one. They are different. Yeah. So yeah lah. When you introduce yourself, please don't say you are 中国人. Like if you want to say your race is Chinese, please don't say you are 中国人. You will just become mainland Chinese.
Your K is the 力 or the
Yes, 系
okay.
系统的系.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean I can type that out lah. 中華 So if you're interested to see how it's written in Japanese, it's like that lah. 中华华侨 lah. 中华系. Yeah, so our race are this one. Right? Chinese, this means Chinese race. Our race is this one. So 中華. Yeah, but we are not Chinese. We are overseas Chinese. So this is pronounced as 中華系. Yeah. W, long U sound. Yeah, take a break. Nobody need to go toilet. Nobody needs a break, okay lah. Then we can continue. We can continue and end earlier. My main objective today is to finish lesson 2 and then we can all makan. Yeah. Yeah, I will send out a lesson plan on the WhatsApp group soon. Basically what I want to cover in each session. So what are the things you are planning to cover in each session all the way until the last lesson. So if you miss, you just look at the lesson plan. So Hougang Japanese Language School, we pledge to give you guys 30 hours of lesson time. But of course, we don't really entirely need the 30 hours also lah. So if you are faster, that's good. We can do more practice. I can print more practice and then we can do more practice at the end. Yeah, which is good thing also lah. Because usually we have if we have small head count, for example, like if we have 3 students only, we will only cater them 20 hours. So we can still finish the entire curriculum in 20 hours. Then you have extra 10 hours. Yeah. If you want to of course even faster lah, 10 hours I can finish already. You just have me talk for 10 hours straight. That's 1 to 1 lah. Yeah, how you gonna try E2 or anything? I mean this is too easy for you I guess.
I'm recapping my last year's notes already.
Oh.
So
If you're interested to jump to E2, I also welcome you.
I don't think this is E2 also
I thought you said you finished N5. All
Yeah.
the N5.
But in class we're doing last year we did different. We moved on already. I did N5 like 5 years ago.
So you don't mind doing everything all over again?
I mean, I'll think about it.
Yeah lah, then no choice lah.
Yeah.
Can consider.
Oh, but the jump from N5 to 2 is very, very big.
Yeah, it's very big because there's N4 in between what.
But N4 are not so bad.
It's like that one lah. So the bulk of the people will have until N3 cert. Then N2 will get lesser and then N1 even lesser. And I got back my result for N1 last Friday.
I'm doing N1 very well now. Like, what's so different, sia?
I got back and I failed N1 lah. As in I got 86 out of 180.
Which one? Listening is it? Listening damn hard.
No, my reading sucks.
Oh.
In English I hate to read also. I don't like to read stuff.
I realized Aston.
So I was very trash at reading. I already knew my reading was gonna fail badly, which it was really quite badly.
But why the N1? That one feels more like literature than...
How the reading is like, yeah, you're right. So they have novel, newspaper reading, graphic stimulus, for example, like those poster,
Do we need
brochure.
it?
We need the skills to read lah. As in
I
N1.
need it for work.
No, for work no. But they just provide that. The worst was the novel. So they give you something like some writer in ancient Japanese, like ancient Japan, and then they like, oh, what is a writer trying to imply, that kind of thing. So it's very literature at N1. Yeah, it's terrible lah.
Yeah.
But I think I'm gonna try again this year. I'm gonna study. I bought 5 books, but I never use it at all. I just walked in thinking I can pass. I just got trashed. Yeah, I'm wrong. I need to go and study. I have to study.
I realized the comprehension part, right? It gets more and more depressing as you go.
Higher the yes. At N5, N4, N3,
So
the
happy,
passage
so
is so
happy.
short.
So happy.
Maybe
so
just
happy.
1-liner or 2-liner story.
No.
Then once you get down, it's like 2-page long story. Then you read 2 pages to answer 2 questions. It's a bit of I read 2 pages just to answer 2 questions. What's the point? You might as well ask 10 questions. Then that will be fairer to me. Yeah. So we're talking about N1 level exam. The reading is very long.
Reading is very long.
Yeah. So whatever you have taken in school for Chinese is very similar lah. They have the long passages where you have to read like novels, emails, newspaper to understand the story first. Then you need to answer 2 questions. And the 2 questions is don't need to write out. It's ABCD. But the ABCD makes it worse because some of them are very close to each other.
Yes.
The meaning of the options are very close. So it's like not a very easy direct answer. You have to go and read up the nuances, like what exactly are they saying in each answer. So yeah, the reading is totally a black hole, a trash hole. It's really very bad lah. So I need to go and practice on that. Yeah. So I'm gonna pick up manga this year, I guess, in order to improve my reading. My listening is very good. My oral also very good. It's just that my reading is very bad. Even when I receive work email in Japanese, I will just have the habit to just translate to English. It's a very bad habit lah. I agree. I should just read the email as it is. Not like I don't understand Japanese. It's just that I'm lazy to read Japanese, you see. It's like you have a Chinese text, you're also lazy to read Chinese text. I'll just copy and paste it, put into Google Translate. Because I'm too lazy to read Chinese. I'd rather read English. That's the thing. Yeah. The thing about English, Chinese and Japanese is they don't have spaces, they don't have space bar. So the whole thing looks very jumbled up and very read until 眼花缭乱. So I don't really like to read because of this. Yeah. So I expected it to come lah. I expected myself to fail also. I really just walk in and thinking I can just pass this and ace this and wing it. No, Japanese is not that easy.
No.
Yeah. I underestimated and
The nuances makes it damn hard.
Exactly. Japanese has a lot of nuances. It's like, what the hell this person will say this thing? Yeah. So some of them when they come to Singapore, they when they say in English, it's like, oh, nice to meet you for the first time. My company will be. You hope you can take care of my company. Yeah. Hope we can continue to sustain this relationship, that kind of thing. I mean, it's in Chinese we can understand to a certain extent like why you say this lah. But if you're purely American, like, why the hell do you want to say this?
I realize you write email also,
The
there'll be
nuances.
one paragraph is not
Yeah lah. The first paragraph will be like, how's the weather?
Why is it a
No lah, it's a respectful thing lah. It's like
Oh.
before you go into the main, you want to show concern for the other party. So it's like, oh, I heard that in Japan the weather has suddenly turned bad, that kind of thing. I hope you are staying warm. I hope your family, everybody, the pillow
Do
is
you do
warm.
that at work also?
I have to lah,
Oh dear, so much fluff. Yeah,
A lot of fluff. Then at the end, right? Oh, I thank you for all your support through this year. I hope that you will be able to cater to my request, and I look forward to hearing your reply. Thank you very much, and I hope that you are in great health. And wow, the ending, the front and the ending, right? You can just throw away, just read the middle part.
Yeah, but in my own words, you just like, just tell me what you want, just open your mind.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But even to local Singaporeans, it's just like, hey, can give me this no? Then to Japanese, it's like, wow, how's the weather there? Hope it's not too cold. Wow, the flowers are blooming. Sakura is pretty.
Must write ah.
Not say must, but it's just it's a good way to interact.
Do you have a template to post?
Oh, it's only one.
If you reuse the template, you know also. So it's more. I usually use like what is happening at the moment. For example, Tokyo suddenly got cold snap, then it's like snowing. Then I say, oh, I heard it's snowing in Tokyo. How is it? Then if I know the sakura bloom already, oh, the sakura bloom, right? Did you go anywhere? That kind of thing. But sometimes they don't reply to that.
Oh yeah,
It's just
I was about to ask like.
They will not reply to that sometimes. They will be like, sometimes they'll be like, sakura is nice and all, then they go into the main topic already.
Okay.
Or sometimes they just skip that and just talk about other
Okay,
things.
because if not, I would imagine then each email is like
They will not-
first half fluff, second half actual work, and then
The last
so-
paragraph is fluff
yeah,
also.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like that one. It's like that
Okay.
one. It's like that. It is like that. But my company is MNC lah. So the Japanese in the MNC in Japan, they are more westernized.
Oh.
So I don't my salutations are no longer as long as it is used to. Last time when I worked with a Japanese company, yes, it was quite long. But now not really. Now it's a bit shorter, but I still say for the sake of saying. Yeah. Yeah, although can skip lah. They know can skip. Yeah. Okay, lesson 2, grammar. Number 1, これは本です right? So これ means this. Then you look at the は. I told you は is our subject particle, right? So subject particle means that the guy in front, the これ in front is our main topic in this sentence. So これ is 这个 or 这 in Chinese, right? This in English. Right, so this, you are physically referring to something that is in a physical way. Right? Oh, this. Right, so you have to point at something. So this wa hon desu. So hon is the identity of the item. So it is a book. So if you look at the picture here, kore is close to the speaker. Right? Kore is close to speaker. Sore is far from the listener. Sore. Oh, sorry, the speaker is... Okay, it's a little bit confusing. But let's ignore the picture. The picture very confusing. But then, for me, my way of telling what is kore, sore, and are. Sore is that, 那个. Okay. Then, are is also 那个, right? Also that. But the difference between the three is, for me. Okay. So I will do this subcategory lah, which this is can see, can touch. Can see, right? So kore can see, can touch. By the speaker, this is from the speaker point of view. Can see, can touch. Sore can not touch but can see. Cannot touch but can see. Then last one, are. Cannot touch, cannot see. This is my own, my own judgment. Different textbook, different person have different judgment. So for example, to them, kore is like, oh, kore, here. Sore is like, oh, that one is sore already. Like this green pencil is sore already. Then are can be, wow, where Hjls Nnk is, that one are already. So different people have different judgments on the distance, on using kore, sore, are. For me, my judgment here is like that lah, very simple. I can see, can touch, I will just say kore. I cannot touch, I can see, physically see, I will say so there. Then other is like I cannot even see, cannot even touch. Maybe talking about Bedok, I cannot see, cannot touch. Right? So that maybe I talk about Tampines Mall. Tampines Mall so that. Bedok Mall are there. Then this center here can be coded. Right? So different judgment for everybody lah. So you can go and find your own judgment. Right? It's basically how you order 菜饭 also lah. 这个那个 right? You go to 菜饭 store just in front of you, 这个 correct. Then you want to order one at the corner, so there. Right? So up to you lah, how you want to say the distance. Right? Determine the distance. Okay, so this picture I don't really use it. Okay, let's look at the example. Number 1. これはカバンです。Right? You don't have to repeat after me. Right. これはカバンです。Right. So this is a bag. Next one. これは時計です。So this is a watch. 時計 means clock or watch. It means two things. It can be clock or watch. So this is a watch. これは時計です。Number 3. それは机です。So それ becomes that. So that is a table. That is a table. Number 4. それはハサミです。So that is a scissors. This. Yeah, you realize they don't use the pair. In English we say pair of scissors, but in Japanese we don't say pair of scissors. We don't need to say pair of scissors. There's no such thing as pair in Japanese. I mean there is pair, but for scissors we don't say pair. Alright? 5. あれは椅子です。あれは椅子です。So that is a chair. So this that is like that is a chair, like very far away from you. Right? That means it's even further from the listener. Maybe the listener is like halfway across the basketball court. There can be even the full length of the basketball court, even further than that. Right? So you can judge you can determine your distance as accordingly lah. So if the listener is far away from you, your listener can be so there. Right? If it's beyond you and your listener, it can be other also. So everybody have different judgment in terms of distance. Okay, and then we can carry on with number 6. あれは窓です。Right? 窓 means window. So that is a window. Number 7, question. これは鉛筆です。Then I want to ask question. I put かですか。Right? So それは鉛筆ですか？ A1 says, はい、鉛筆です。はい、そうです。Right? So basically repeats the whole question without repeating. So we just say そうです。はい、そうです。A2 says, いいえ、それは鉛筆ではありません。So that is not pencil. Then you see the square bracket. Optional lah. Why would you want to repeat the whole question again? Right? Just say いいえ。万年筆です。So that's when you correct the guy. So you say 万年筆です。Right? It's not a pencil but a fountain pen. So Japanese people, they don't like to repeat information. So for example, someone asks you what is your name, then you can skip it. You don't need to say my name is blah blah blah. You can just say Ben this. Right? Often in conversations, you will hear that Japanese people, they often omit the subject. They don't say watashi wa. They will just keep watashi wa entirely. They will just be like, Ben this. Then, rin desu ka? Rin desu. Right? They will say, rin desu ka? They won't even like, anata wa rin desu ka? We will skip the salutations. So we don't even need to say watashi, we don't even need to say anata. Most of the time it's like that lah. Whatever has been mentioned in the previous sentence or whatever is implicit, like we can tell that you're not talking about me. You know what? So for example, you ask like, 中国人ですか? Are you Chinese? If he's not asking about me, then he's asking about you, right? So implicitly, you know that he's asking you a question. So you don't need to say, あなたは中国人ですか? You don't need to ask because we are asking you. Who else are we asking to? So we can skip the subject entirely. If it's information that both know already, implicitly know already, then we don't need to include the watashi or anata. Okay, next one, 8. それは辞書ですか? はい、辞書です。はい、そうです。いいえ、辞書じゃありません。いいえ、本です。Very straightforward. Moving on to the next page, we have this new question word. So, previously we learned who. Who is donata. Now we learn what. Right, our 5W1H, what. So this is none. Okay, これは何ですか? So none, how to write it in Japanese kanji is like that. Her. But this her has two reading. Of course, one is none. The other one is nani. Right, I believe some of you know heard of it before lah. Nan desu ka, nani desu ka. Nani ga suki, for example, right? So this is the same word, right? It just means what. Both is the same thing as what. So when do we read it as nani? When do we read it as nan? It depends on the word after it. So for example, in this case, the word after nan is des, right? The hiragana after it is de. So nan de, right? So it's nan de, not nani de. Okay, nan de. Then for example, the nani ga suki, right? Nani ga, right? It depends on the sound, whether it's pronounced as nani or nan, depends on the next word. We will go down and you can start collecting like when is nan, when it is. You'll start understanding like when is nan, when it is nan. Nani and nan. But for now, nan is because of the next word, des. That's why we say nan. So, これは何ですか? So, これは this is what ですか? So, 辞書です。Right? Then number 10. それは何ですか? That is what ですか? So, メガネです。あれは何ですか? ドアです。Any questions? No, we carry on to the next one. Number 2. これは私の鉛筆です。Alright, so 鉛筆 related to 私。Right? So 鉛筆 that is belong to 私。Right? Related to me, so it must be belong to me lah. So it's my possession. So this note particle also means possession. Okay, just now the first lesson we learned that it can also mean origin. Now we also learned that it can be possession. Right? The previous one was Singapore no tan desu. Right? Tan from Singapore. So it shows origin. But now, 私の鉛筆. So I'm saying that this is my pencil. 私の鉛筆. My pencil. Right? So pencil belonging to me. So this note particle in Chinese we will say 的 lah. So 我的铅笔. Right? So belonging to me. My possession. Okay? And then example 1. これは私の肩です. Right? 私の肩です. So this is my pen knife. Number 2. それはあなたのセロテープです。So あなたの means yours, right? あなたの你的, right? 你的セロテープ. So your セロテープ. Number 3. それはあなたのタバコです。So あなたの your, right? Yours. So your タバコです。So your tobacco, your cigarette. So belonging to you. Number 4. あれは田中さんのノートです。Right? 田中さんの that means belonging to 田中, right? So 田中 apostrophe s, right? 田中's note. So it belongs, the note belongs to 田中. 5. あれは木村さんのホチキスです。So ホチキス belong to 木村. 6. それは彼のです。Then you'll be like, 彼のです。Des belong to 彼? No. So in this case, they didn't put the item. But basically, we can understand that from the word 彼の simply means 他的. Right? So それ means 那个. So 那个是他的. Right? We don't need to say what item. We just want to say that who that thing belong to. So that one is his. That is his. Right? So we can use this note particle without the object at the back. We don't need the object at the back. We can just say 彼の、私の、あなたの, right? To mean like 我的、你的、他的. We don't need to say what item. Right? Like, 哦，这个是我的，那个是他的.
Sorry, so how do you say mine again?
Mine. Me, right? So what is I?
私.
私?
No.
No. So it means mine. Mine also 私の. M-I-N-E. Also 私の. But
sorry, for like the number 5, right, you cannot put the fuchi.
yeah, so you just want to say あれは木村さんのです. Can. That one is Kimura-san's. Kimura's. But we never say the item's name lah. Okay. So you can see the notes for number 8 below lah. We can leave out the word right after note when it is understandable from the context. Like if we know what item we're talking about, then we don't need to say what item. But it'll be weird if we don't say the person's name lah. No hochikisu. Then right. We need to have the person at least. So number 7, あれは学校のです. Right? 学校のです. 学校の. Right? So it belongs to the school. 学校のです。Then number 8, これは田中さんの鍵ですか? So 田中さんの鍵, right? So key belonging to 田中. So this is key belonging to 田中ですか? Right? So it's a question. はい、田中のです。Or 田中の鍵です。Or you can just cut short and say そうです。Right? I think some of you all might be thinking, そうです。Then like that I can say it's not. So そうではありません。Is it? Sorry? そうではありません don't exist. So only when you agree. Right? When you agree, then we can use そうです。There's no そうではありません。Alright. If you want to reject, just say いいえ。いいえ。But we don't say そうではありません。There's no such thing as そうではありません。Okay, number 9. それは鈴木さんのですか? はい、鈴木さんのです。or そうです。いいえ、田中さんのです。Right, so we can skip the item if we all know what is the item. We can skip the name of the item. Okay, new question word. So since we are talking about belongings, right? So must be a human, right? So これは誰の物差しですか? So the question word here is 誰の. Then remember I told you the more polite way to ask for 誰? どなた. So we can also say これはどなたの物差しですか? Which is more polite lah. So if you use 誰 it's like 这个谁的? Then it's like 请问这是哪一位的? More polite, right? So どなた is much better, right? Right. So instead of like 谁 I mean 谁 is too casual also lah in Chinese. Right? 这是哪位的? Okay. Next one. それは number 11それは誰の消しゴムですか? 誰のどなたの消しゴムですか? 鈴木さんの消しゴムです。鈴木さんのです。Alright, also can. So we don't need to mention the object if we know what we're talking about. Okay, so 誰の is just an unknown guy who is owning it. So we just want to clarify who is the guy owning this thing. Right? And then you can see どなたの can be used when you want to speak more politely, which should be what you're doing lah, all the time. Unless you are CEO of the company. Then you can be like 誰の. Number 3. これは日本語の教科書です. So just now previously, number 2, we learned no as possession. Correct? So does it mean that this 教科書, this textbook belong to Japanese? No, So there's another meaning for this no. This no can also mean, like in Chinese we say 日本的书, right? 日本语的书. So 日本语的书 there can be two meaning, right? So one meaning is the book is written in Japanese. The other meaning is the book is written about Japanese. Right? 日本语的书. So it's a book written about Japanese language, or it can be a book written in Japanese language. Right? So in Japanese, same thing. Right? 日本語の教科書 have two meaning. So it can mean textbook on Japanese language, or it can be a textbook written in Japanese. Right? So there's two meaning to it lah. As I mentioned, this note particle, it just gives the listener a vague idea that B is related to A. Right? So 教科書 is related to 日本語. So how is the relationship like? We don't know. It's like our 的 in Chinese. It's like very vague. There is no exact meaning on what this 的 can be, unless the speaker clarifies. But anyway, we can guess lah. It's either the possession, or rather maybe it's about, maybe it's origin, right? Something like that. We can guess the meaning lah from the context of the sentence. Okay.
Sorry, then just curious, then how do you clarify this? Let's say somebody asks you.
For this particular example, you just open a textbook and see. For this particular example lah. But most of the time, you probably can guess from the sentence because you know what they are talking about. Right? So it's either you can interact with it and see, or you can ask back the question lah. So there's other particle to specify written in Japanese. There's other particles, so you can even specify further using a different particle. No, it's just very vague. It's just a general, a high level, a general way to say something. That this and this got relationship. Example 1. それは猫の本です. So 本 belong to 猫? No. Book about cats. Yes. Okay. Book about cats. Number 2. Right? Cannot be the cat belong, the book belong to the cat. Right? So by context, we know that it is a book on cats. Number 2, あれは英語の雑誌です。So, cannot be 雑誌 belong to 英語, right? 英語 is a noun, is a language, cannot own something. So, naturally, we will know that it is a textbook on English, or it is an English magazine, right? A magazine written in English, or a magazine writing about English. That one we don't know, but we need to check. We can clarify with using another particle that we will learn later lah. Okay, so you can see all the different meanings down here. これは中国語の辞書です。So this is a Chinese dictionary. This is a Chinese language dictionary. This can be a dictionary written in Chinese language. So also very vague lah. But somewhat we know that there is an affiliation. There's a relationship. Okay, so the question word here will be 何の right? So about what? Right? About what? Right? So what is our question here? So what is 何? So これは何の本ですか? So 何の本ですか? 音楽の本です。So book on music. 音楽の本です。Okay, Number 5. それは何の辞書ですか? Soそれは is our subject. So about that, what is 何の so about what? Dictionary about what? Right? So what dictionary is that lah basically? Okay, マレー語の辞書です。So far so good? Okay. Then number 4, let's move on to the next section. Previously in number 1, we learned これ、それ、あれ. So now I want to welcome you to この、その、あの. So what is the difference is この, there's a no inside. So the no is like our particle like that. The item following the no has to be a noun. Right? The item behind the no, right, has to be a noun. Correct? So この. So you can think of これ is like これの. It's like short form for これの. Okay, you can think of この as short form for これの. Okay, so basically we only use この when we have a noun immediately after it. So in this case, the example here, この傘. Kasa means umbrella. So この傘, this umbrella. Previously we learned これは傘です. Right? This is a umbrella. This is a umbrella. Now we are learning this umbrella something something something. So this umbrella something something something. Right? So we are trying to say that we are trying to give more information about this umbrella. Previously we just say これは傘です. これは傘です is like this is umbrella. But you don't give any other information. You just say that this is the umbrella. You just give a fact. But now I'm giving a fact plus extra information, right? この傘は私のです. Right? So this この傘は this は right is our subject particle. So what is the subject here? The subject here is この傘, this umbrella. So this umbrella, this entire sentence is about this particular umbrella, this umbrella. What about the umbrella? 私のです. So 私の means water, means mine, right? So mine. So this umbrella is mine. M-I-N-E. So previously we were saying 私の傘, my umbrella, M-Y umbrella. But now when I put the word 私の at the end, it becomes mine, M-I-N-E. So from M-Y becomes M-I-N-E. So it depends on the location on where you use 私の. It can mean my, M-Y. It can also mean mine, M-I-N-E. So it depends on the location. Okay, so same thing. この the distance, right? Can touch, can see. その can touch, cannot see. Cannot touch, can see. There are no cannot see, cannot touch. Right? Something like that. Okay? So example 1. そのカメラは彼のカメラです. Right? So that camera is his camera. Right? That camera is his. This. Number 2. その箱は彼女のです. Right? So that box is hers. あの人は田中さんです. So あの means that, right? 人 means person. So person is a noun. So that person is 田中さんです. Right? So あの人. By the way, we don't really use Anohito that often because Anohito is very rude. It's like 那个人 right? In Chinese also very rude, right? Wow, this person, that person, right? 那个人 So very rude lah. I will give you a more polite one later. Wait ah. Number 4. この時計はスイスの時計です。So this watch is Swiss watch. Right? So it doesn't really mean made in Swiss lah, but it can mean like Swiss watch. So somewhat related to Swiss. Okay. Number 5. この辞書は日本語の辞書です。So it's a dictionary about Japanese language. So you see all the no here all have different meaning, right? It can mean possession, it can mean origin, it can mean about. So same as Chinese now, it's very vague unless we clarify or we understand the context. What is it exactly about? Okay. Next we have a question word. Where is it? Oh, am I missing a page? Is there a question word and then they never say anything down there?
My next page.
Oh, I'm missing a page.
Okay.
Okay, never mind. I'll fix this one. Thanks. So basically the question word here is, since we are asking about, we can ask about who also, right? So who is 誰の? So この傘は誰の傘ですか? We can also use number 8, right? この本は何の本です? So 誰の本, 何の本, right? So what book, about what book? About whose umbrella, for example. So we can use no with a variety of question word. We are on page 36 now. Yeah. So we can use 誰の, we can also use 何の. Right? Number 8 and number 6. No has a variety of meaning lah. Can be 谁的, 什么的, right? 哪里的. Can use for all the question word actually. 哪里的, 什么的, 谁的, 怎样的. So same as Chinese lah, we can use the pairing is there's no limit for no. Okay, let's go on to the conversation 2, and then we can probably end the day.
Variety is an American trade magazine owned by Penn.
Yeah. Not me, Okay, conversation lesson 2. Tanaka and Lim, 2 person. So I will go first and then we will have 2 person try. Tanaka-san says, Lim-san, これは私の名刺です. Right? So 名刺 is a name card in Japanese. Right? It means 名片 lah in Chinese. But the character for 名刺 is 名字. I don't know why. It's like sashimi, the shi. Right? It's 字. So this means name card. Okay? Name card. So 私の名刺です. So my name card. Then L says, どうもありがとうございます. This どうも is just emphasizing the ありがとう. It has no meaning. It's just, you can use どうも by itself to mean like thank you also. So it's like thanks. So どうもありがとうございます. Thank you very much. Alright, so I'll just write again. So どうも is like thanks. Then ありがとうございます. It's like thank you. Then どうも both together ありがとう becomes thank you very much. Yeah. So the level of politeness go up when you use more and more words together. That's why Japanese email very long. Because you use a lot of fluff. Yeah. Right? I mean, it's okay to use どうも if you want to say thanks. For example, like you go to the restaurant, you order a steak, you order the takoyaki plate, and then どうも can already. You don't need to like ありがとうございます. どうも you walk away is fine also. You already said thank you. どうも is thank you also. Okay, but this guy choose to say the whole set. So どうもありがとうございます. Then he says すみません. So this and this over here is what we call a filler, a language filler. So filler in English is like right, this kind. All these are filler, like reaction lah, like right, all these are filler. So domo. So this is like oh, arigatou gozaimasu, right? So it's the same as oh. Then the sumimasen. So is like sumimasen. Excuse me. Right? It's just a filler lah. So don't pay too much attention to it. It's just a filler. これは田中さんの電子メールですか? So メール simply means mail, right? 電子 simply means digital. So digital mail means email lah, electronic mail. So 電子メール is electronic mail, email. So email ですか? Then he says, はい、そうです。Right? Yes, it is. That's right. Then he says, demo. So demo over here is 但是 our but. Right? However. Right? In English we say however. So however, 会社の電子メールのアドレスです。So アドレス you know address. Okay, so basically you see how many note they use? 1 note, 2 note. So we can use it multiple times. So same as Chinese. Right? So how do we know what is the relationship here? Right? Let me just represent this as A, B, C. So C related to B, B related to A. So address related to email, email related to company. Alright, so basically company's email address. 公司的电子的邮信网址 something like that lah. So it's like all the way. You can use how many you want also can. Right? It's like 我的妈妈的妹妹的孩子的亲戚的媳妇 You can just go all the way. Same lah. You can use it in Chinese as well. Chinese and Japanese as well. Okay, next line. リンさんの電子メールは何ですか? So the question is 何ですか? 何ですか means what is it? So then you see the what particle. Then the whole sentence is about this subject lah. So the subject here is リンさんの電子メール. So リンさん's email address. So about リンさん's email address, what is it? Right? 何ですか? What is it? So basically we're trying to say what is your email address lah.
Is he trying to hit on her?
I don't know. Okay, next. Else reply. Right? So this is also same as a filler. It's like Right? Just now the ano is more like a This is more like a ERM. Actually, I highly recommend you add in all this filler in when you're speaking Japanese. It gives you time to think of your next sentence. And then it also makes you look like you're very good at the language also. Because you know how to use the filler. Right? It makes you look like, wow, you're very good at Japanese. But it's all just fillers. It's like, ano. It's just filler. It has no meaning, but then it's there for fluffing reasons. Okay? Okay, then I'll read the email address. Just pay attention. Sakura @方眼.com です。So that's how we read Japanese address. The @ mark is just @ mark. Yeah. So for us it's @ mark, right? @ So in Japanese we pronounce this as ATTO. So @ mark. Sorry, just one O, one T. So @ mark. So @ mark, right? Mark. So @ mark just simply means the @ mark. Right? @ mark, @ mark. .com. So dot, D-O-T. We pronounce it as .com. .com. C-O-M. C-O-M is com. So I mean if you want to say @ mark also can lah. They know what is @ mark lah. But I just trying to say in Japanese @ mark. Right? Sakura @方眼.com です。Okay, next line. ところでこの番号は何ですか? So ところで is our BTW by the way. ところで is just by the way. BTW by the way. So by the way, この番号は何ですか? So this number is what? This number is what? So T says, それですか? So それですか? So それ means that, right? That question mark. That So basically just trying to say like, oh that それは私の携帯の番号です。 right? So we have double no again. So basically bango related to keitai, keitai related to watashi. So that is my phone number. Right? My phone's number. This. Lim-san replies, Lim-san no denwa bango wa nanban desu ka? So Lim-san no denwa bango. So denwa bango is phone number related to Lim-san. Right? So denwa bango belong to Lim-san wa nanban desu ka? Of course we can use nan desu ka, but if you want to specify what number, like 几号, 你电话号码几号, right? We can also say nanban desu ka? Right? So ban is just a 几号, it's just a number, right? What number is it? You want to say nan desu ka also can, right? And then you remember this Lim-san is a student, right? And then the guy is a company employee, right? Yeah, he's right here.
Okay.
Yeah. Phone number, ask him for phone number already. Okay, next line, L. She replies, 628275990 です. Okay, so this one we'll talk about it in a while. We'll go through number system in a while. これは田中さんのうちの住所ですか? So this is Tanaka's home address ですか? So 住所 is basically 地址, right? So we call this address, like physical address. Just now we said address. Address is a virtual address, right? We use it to mean email address. But however, physical residence address, we call it 住所. Right? So, Tanaka-san no uchi no 住所. Uchi means home. Home. So, home address. So, Tanaka's apostrophe S, home apostrophe S, address. Right? That's why we have two no over here. Right? Then he replies, Hi, so this. Yes, that's right. Then L replies, じゃあそれは会社の住所ですね. So this じゃ is also a filler. So it's like, so this is, yeah, so it's like how we say so lah. So this is company address lah. So this ne is like lah. So yeah, ne is just to reconfirm your understanding lah. So it's like I somehow managed to infer so is so, is it correct? So it's like correct lah. Am I correct? So it's like, so this is, so you try to be sure that this is that thing, but at the same time you are opening up for him to correct you also, right? So he's just saying like, so this is your company address, that's the net. So it's like, is this so? Like, is this your company address? Something like that. So we are just, in Singlish I would say it's a la. For this context I will be a la. So this is your company address lah. It's like a this is your company address Right, so ne is like Okay, any questions about this passage? Don't have. Okay, we will have 2 person practice this. Who is our last person who never tried? Yes, 1, right? Yes, and then we have 1 more. You haven't tried? Okay, then both of you, Samantha and Tsuyu, you can be L. T. 只会有比 T 田中。
リンさん、これは私の名刺です。
Good.
どうもありがとうございます。すみません。これは田中さんの電子メールですか？
Mm-hmm.
はい、そうです。
でも会社、sorry ですよ。
でも会社の電子メールのアドレスです。
Mm-hmm.
リムさんの電子メールは何ですか？
Good.
桜@青番.com です。
Mm-hmm.
ところでこの番号は何ですか？
Mm-hmm.
それですか？それは私の携帯の番号です。リムさんの電話番号は何番ですか
？62827590です。これは田中さんのうちの住所ですか？
はい、そうです。
じゃあこ これは会社の住所ですね。
Okay, very good. I didn't see any intonation is very good lah. I don't think there's much issue with this. Okay, so we finished lesson 2 already. The next one will be lesson 3. Okay, I will not go through lesson 3 today, don't worry. So homework will be the extra piece of paper that I handed out. We will require lesson 1 and 2 knowledge to solve the first one. Okay, so the answering will be in hiragana, and then I want you to transcribe it with romaji. So you write the English romaji and the hiragana together. Right, in case you cannot read in the next lesson, then at least they will be there to help you. Okay, and then on the very 4th page, yeah, it's 4 pages long, sorry. On the very 4th page, there is a page 30 conversation and also a page 37 conversation. So page 30 conversation is referring to the page 30 in your textbook, right? And then page 37 is referring to the page 37 lesson 2 passage, the one that we just finished. Yeah, so please do the comprehension as well, the open comprehension. Any questions about the homework? Next lesson is not me. Yeah, it's not me. I'll be enjoying my time in Tokyo, so enjoy your time here with my boss. He is a half Japanese lah. He will take over the class next week, for the next 2 weeks. Before that, we still got time. Don't rush to go home. Go to the last page of this textbook. I don't know whether it's the last page for you. You should see this appendix page. Numerals appendix. Let me find it. Is it there?
105 it? Oh no, sorry. 101.
Yes, 102. 102. Can I ask you to flip to 102, please? 102. Thank you very much. So let's learn about numbers today. Okay, so numbers, right? For example, 1, 2, 3. You all know, 1, 2, 3. Then 4 is where we have a split. So actually in Japanese we have 2 reading systems. So one reading system will be the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which is the one on the left hand side. And then for 4, 7 and 9 we have the slash, right? That one we call it the alternative reading. So alternative reading. So we use it when we have some places where we need to use it, we use it lah. Like to tell apart. For example, the hours and minutes we use different counting system. The months and the days we use different counting system. So the one we will get there. We'll talk about that when we get there. Okay. So let's talk about the number system. Just repeat after me. 1, 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, or we can say 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, or we can say 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 9, 10, 10, 11, 11, 12, 12, 13, 13, 14, 14, 15, 15, 16, 16, 17, 17, 18, 19, 19. Right, so from 11 to 19, literally you can probably guess the counting system is like Chinese, right? So 10 is 10, right? So 10 and then 1 is 1. So 10, 1, right? 11. Like literally 10, 1. 10 and 1, right? 10, 1. So same as Chinese counting system. Okay, let's carry on with 20. So 20 is 20, 20, 21, 21. So you can see that 20 is like literally 2 tens, right? Same as Chinese 20, right? Same. So 2 tens and 21 is literally 2 10 1, right? Same as Chinese 21. So 20 is 20. Yeah, ni is 2, right? Ni is 2, ju is 10. So 2, 10, 1. So 1 is 1. So 20, 1. Same counting system as Chinese. Very easy for us to memorize this. Okay, 30 will be 30. 30 40 40 50 50 60 60 70 70 80 80 90 90. Right, at this point in time, we don't use the second reading system. We only use the primary one. We don't use the secondary one. Okay, so you see 70 is 70, not 70. So please take note, we are using the default one. 100 will be 100 100 200 200 then 300. Right, you can see a 2 dots. I don't know whether your printing is nice. My printing is not so good, but 100 is simply 2 dots. Right, yeah. So we don't say 300, we say 300. BYAKU. 300. Okay, please take note, it's 300. Moving on, we have 400, 400 400 500 500 600. Then you see it's no longer 600. 600 sounds so weird, right? So instead it will be 600. So it becomes ROPPYAKU, right? See this double P, 600, right? It becomes a double consonant sound. So instead of saying 600, it sounds more cool to say 600. Yeah, it sounds more cool. The creator of the language decided so, not me. She's like 600 very boring, so yeah, so they decide to like 600. I think if he's alive, 600 will sound even cooler.
No.
Okay, 700 700. Right, 700 800 800. Right, so 800. Same thing, right? It becomes a HAPPYAKU, right? Happy yaku, right? Happy yaku. So instead of hachi sounds very weird to say hachi. So they just decide to like, hey, let's do hapyaku. So it's like HAPPYAKU. Okay, hapyaku. So please take note of this. Number 900 will be 900. 900. The normal one lah. So basically our special guy will be 300, 600 and 800. Right, a bit of different sound. Just take note of those. So far so good. Now let's go to the thousands. 1000, right? Sen. If you want to specifically say like 1000, for example, $1,000 note, right? We will say isen. Okay, let me write this somewhere. So isen. So as you can guess, it's a double consonant sound, right? 2S, so it's double consonant. So if you write it in hiragana, it will be like this. Isen. That means 1000. But usually when we want to tell someone like, oh, it costs 1,000 yen, we will just say sen yen this, right? We don't need to say isen, because naturally people know sen yen refers to what, 1,000 yen. Okay. So this isen is in case you need to say like specifically say 1,000, right? So it's not ichi sen, it's isen, right? It's not ichi sen, isen. 2,000 will be nisen. 3,000. Right? It's not sen anymore, it's zen. Z-E-N. So please take note, it's 3,000. Yeah, because they decide to make it cool. Yeah. 3,000 sounds so weird, so 3,000 sounds cooler. Right? 3,000. Just like how our Singapore baby, all the Z coming out of the names. Sounds cooler. Okay, next, 4,000. 4,000. 5,000. 6,000. You realize I never pronounce a U. I didn't say 6,000. 6,000. Right? Same as our taxi. Right? We don't say takushi. So 6,000. Right? R-O-K. Rok. Next, 7,000. 7,000. 8,000. Right? This is a bit special as well. So we don't say 8,000. Right? 8,000. Yeah. Sounds more cool than 8,000. Okay, 9,000 will be 9,000. Okay, great. Let's move on to the big numbers, right? Of course, we have our ichima. Ichima, right? Which means E1, right? In English we say 10,000. 10,000. Then we have Juma. So Juma is 100,000. Right? In English it's 100,000. So there's 6 zeros. So it just simply means 10,000. Right? 10,000. 100,000 lah. Okay? Then the next one is 1 million. Hyakuma. Right? So it's 1 million. Then 10 million is Semma. Then finally we have our 0.1 billion. 0.1 billion, that means 100 million is Ichioku. If you are just there for holiday, you probably need to use maximum up to Juma. That's all. Until here only. You probably don't need to do anything beyond 6 digits. Okay? Because this is already 1,000 Singapore dollar already. It's quite a lot of money already. So why would you need to use more than that? Unless you go there buy house or do business then you will need a bigger number. Okay? Other than that, I think you just memorize up to Juma will be fine. Don't need to memorize more than that unless you want to go there do business. Okay, Juma is good enough already. Your wallet shouldn't even have more than Juma. Okay. So far so good. How to form the number? I told you it's the same as Chinese, right? So if we look at this on the next page, we have this. Right, look at the Japanese one. So basically for English, right, the comma is every 3 numbers, correct? For Japanese, you can imagine there's an invisible comma every 4 numbers. Right? So why 4? Because 4 is our man. Our one. Our ones. Okay? And then after man will be our oku series. Oku. So this is why I say we split by 4, 4, 4. Okay, how to say it is we do by 4, 4, 4. Okay? I'm going to ignore oku. Okay, I think that one is very straightforward once you understand man. Okay, let's talk about man. So if you see man, we have, this is the sen position, right? You see the bottom part, sen. Right, the bottom part they say sen. So sen, 4. So yon sen. Right? Yon sen. Then 9 hyaku, 9 hyaku, 70, 76, 6. So for these 4 number we say 4976. Okay, just bear with me first. We just learn how to say these 4 numbers first. Ignore the one behind first. Okay, ignore. Just say the 4 numbers. So 4,000, right? 4,000 is 4,000. Right? 4,000 is 4,000. 9 hyaku is 900. So 9 hyaku, 76. So 6. So I'm just saying these 4 numbers out. So 4976. Can? Then because this is in the man position, right? The 10,000 position. So we have to add a man behind. So in the end, the whole reading will become 4976 man. Just like how we say one in Chinese lah. Okay, so once you finish the 1 series, then we can talk about the ones series. Right? This is the 1 series. So 5432. Right? So 5432. So to repeat how to read this number out, listen carefully. 4976万 5432. Full stop. So we just put a man to do like a comma in between our different 4 positions. Easy to count, right? Like Chinese, very easy. It takes some time for you to memorize the numbers. Right now, we are probably very confused by the numbers. I understand. We will slowly get used to numbers. Okay, but for now, this is how to build the structure of saying out the numbers. Okay, so don't need to be so stressed. Okay, so I still have some time. I have 30 minutes. I want to give you like 10 minutes to write down your last 6 digit of your phone number, or you want to give your first 6 digit of phone number also okay. Just 6 digits will do already. I told you we won't need to use more than 6 digits, okay? So just 6 digits will do. How to say out the 6 digits. Okay, so you can use your phone number, you can use your year, month, whatever. Yeah, up to you. Just give me 6 numbers. And then if I can understand the number correctly, that means you are saying it correctly. Okay, so let's go. I'll just give you time to do that. Then I'll start packing up. I need to go to Kovan branch.
I can't go here.
I got motorbike. Maybe half an hour.
Oh.
Yeah, about less than an hour. I didn't want to take this class because I need to be at Kovan at 9.
What time is it next time?
Around 6.
Ah, cutting close.
I don't know why they the director just put me in this class, so I'll come for him.